Welcome back, everybody, to MLB The Show 26 and the Milwaukee Brewers franchise, where we laid out the foundation for the strategy in episode 1 last time. The Brewers have a competitive team this year, but past the MLB level, it looks grim. And today we're going to be moving forward past the opening day victory into the next few weeks of the season. I think it would be a crime to skip the very first start of the year for Mizorowski. So we're going to hop in on a player lock for him to begin this game. He's too much of an important asset for us to ignore. And for building a team around a starting pitcher, you almost couldn't ask for a better candidate. I mean, it's Mizorowski, it's Paul Skeens, these younger pitchers that have made such big waves for the MLB. I mean, we've got to play with this guy, right? So we start with a player lock in this episode today, and we got a first out pretty quick, but it looks like Kyle Teel, yes, he will find the gap in right center field, and that will be a one-out double. So an extra base hit here for the White Sox as they start the hits off early. Colson Montgomery now steps in, and with one out and a man in scoring position, it's a very, very early scoring chance for the White Sox. Mizorowski gets a swing and a miss off of the circle change. And I'm going to try that curveball now. That's really good one, but he doesn't go around after it. Okay. Fastball high and away, 1-2. Ball. No bite there either. I'm going to bring that inside then. I'm going to challenge him up and in on that fastball. Goes inside and he fouls it away. All right, well, let's throw a slider inside. How about that? Under the zone, and Montgomery goes down swinging. Benintendi now batting cleanup with 2 outs as we try to strand that runner. Start with the strike. Advance another strike into the count. It's 0-2. And let's give him a slider. I want to try to backdoor it. Swing and a miss. We got him. Mizorowski gets out of the first inning. The offense of the Brewers behind us has scored 2 very early on, matching the total from game 1 and doing it a lot sooner. It's a good sign. Down. Austin Hayes takes a slider under the zone to begin his at-bat. And the curveball is in. Let's go fastball high and away. Yeah, we got him. Nailed it at 102. That's awesome. Moving very quickly here. Brooks Baldwin fouls that one away. 102. It's hard to imagine something flying at you that fast. And that's a called strike. It does trim the outer edge. We'll go back to a circle change below. And it nails the outside corner. We've got another strikeout. Strikeout number 4, that is, through 1 2/3. And we'll go to cover first base, but Sosa pops this out in foul territory. And that's 2 innings down very quickly for Mizorowski. Now Miguel Vargas up to the plate, and we begin with a slider that nails the bottom of the zone. Go back to a fastball, and that's fouled away at 100. And now a curveball away. Gets too much of the plate, and as a result, Vargas lines it into left field. It'll bounce off the wall, and it'll be another double, this time a leadoff double for the White Sox in the 3rd. All right, so trouble again, and Derek Hill watches strike 1. Go fastball. Away. Lifted. Foul territory from Hill. Use that bear down pitching to lock a slider down. And we got him swinging over the top. 95. Man, that's nasty. 5 strikeouts for Mizorowski through the first time in the lineup. And it turns over here for Chase Madroth. I might say that name different every single time that I say it. I just really don't know. It's 0-2, and he does get a piece of that curveball. We go the slider, and it works again. The punch-out pitch is really nailing him. That's strikeout number 6. And just one more to strand that base runner. It's Kyle Teel, and it's a swing and a miss. Try to dump a curveball in there, and he swings and misses on it. We'll go to a circle change low. Swings over the top. Strikeout number 7. Wow. This guy is great. Meanwhile, the Brewers offense has doubled the score. It's now 4-0. Safely in hand at this point in time as Mizorowski. Oh, I thought that was the no doubt animation for a second there. Montgomery gave me a little bit of a scare. It's 0-2 instead, and he'll weakly foul that one away. Go back to a four-seamer on the 0-2, way up above the zone. No chase there. About a fastball high and tight. Oh, a panic self-defense swing, 102 miles an hour, and he can't even touch it. Benintendi now back to the plate, and it gets by Mizorowski into center field. A one-out single. Next up is Austin Hayes, and he fouls it away. Got our first strike against him now. We'll go slider low and away. Catches too much of the zone, but it's fouled. And we'll try that curveball.
Ball.
Does not chase after it. That was a really good pitch, though. I like that. Slider. It's a ground ball. We're going to try to turn 2. We've got the second base runner, and we've got them at first. There we go. Nice double play. Well, how far can we take the beginning of Mizorowski's season? It's a swing and a miss. And we've got our first strike in the 5th inning. That's hit, and it does fall in down the third base line. It's going to be another double. Wow, funny enough, it does seem to be double or nothing here for Chicago. They've yet to cash in, but they keep giving themselves the opportunity. And Lennon Sosa here in the back half of this lineup will try to bring home the first runner for the White Sox. Missing on the slider. We're down 2-0. That might be the first time that's happened all game. We get 102. And we now give a strike. Nope. It is a line drive into right field, and they're going to send that runner home. We're going to watch it closely, and they've got it. An RBI single for Sosa as the Sox are on the board. All right. Still not that much pressure yet. We've got a 3-run lead. Mizorowski going to try to protect it. And Vargas lifts that deep into center field. It continues to go back all the way to the wall, and he brings it down. Long first out. Derek Hill now to the plate. And that fastball's fouled away. Amazing that these guys can even really make contact as consistently as they have. Those pitches are just nasty. Let's try to get that slider working again. At center of the zone, that's a miss, and in right field, it falls. We throw to second and we did get the force out. Wow. They played it cautiously, and it burns them as Hill dumps a bloop into shallow right field, and a quick throw over allows him to force it out. Wow. Well, that was pretty rad. And the lineup turns over now. We'll miss on our first pitch. And the second one to follow it. Okay. Let's go curveball away. Just goes down, and it's our first 3-0 count. Got to give him a fastball, and he watches it. No green light there. We'll go slider. We'll get that one in there as well. We're going to bear down one more time. Slider's been working really well, so we'll trust it again. And it's ball 4. It misses. I don't want to challenge that. I just don't think it's correct. Yeah, on the bottom left corner, there it is. The slider was, in fact, ball 4. Kyle Teal, no, that's certainly a ball. Chicago's right to challenge that, and that's not close. All right, we'll go back to a fastball away. And that's hit. Right field, running back. And he's got it. We'll get bailed out of that one. Chicago scores once, but they're going to need a lot more to win this game. Mizorowski beginning the 6th inning with an even bigger lead now. It's 6-1 as we've really gotten to the Chicago pitching here in the second game of the year. Swing and a miss by Montgomery. And we'll go back to the circle change. That one is weakly hit, and it's foul down the line. Curveball on the 1-2, and no chase there. Bring a fastball upstairs. Miss in the center of the zone. It's a ground ball to second base, and we've got it for out number 1. Yeah, Mizorowski has been every bit as good as advertised. It's felt awesome to pitch with him. It is my first time doing so. And like I said, I just didn't want to pass up this opportunity. I know that there's probably no complaints about hopping straight into gameplay at the beginning of an episode. Swing and a miss from Benintendi, and that's another one down. But yeah, I really, really wanted to feel what it was like to throw with this guy. And so far, he's been every bit as good as advertised. That's strike 2 as Hayes watches it, and we go back to the slider. And he hits that one well. It's going to find the gap between center and left. And it is yet another double. Almost every hit that they've gotten. I think that's, what, 4 doubles in this game? It's 3 or 4. I'm not positive. And we are going to leave Brooks Baldwin to face Mizorowski. With doing the player lock, I'm not controlling how long he stays in this game. I just wanted to basically get a start in, see how it was. So it's not up to me when he gets pulled. A dive, and oh, what an attempt, but he doesn't get it. And we will burn him at second base as they get greedy and try for 2, but it's an RBI anyways. And the Brewers are going to make a change. Ashby's going to get his first start, or first game, and it's game 2 for him. We return to simulating, and we see the celebration. The Brewers do take it home, so we've got the first 2 games of the year in our pocket now. In the next series against Tampa Bay, it's the bottom of the 7th with 1 out in a tie ball game, 2-2. There's only 1 out, 2 men on for Sal Frelick. Yeah, let's hop in here. All right, we've got Frelick at the plate. We've got a situation here. 1 out, 2 men on. Swings and misses way above the zone for him. I forget that Frelick, I say forget, but it's on the screen, but I feel like his strike zone should be higher, and that, with 82 speed coming around third base, could be it. And yes, everyone's going to try to go. Oh, that ends up, oh my gosh. Okay, send him home too. We'll sacrifice the out at third, and we'll score 2 off of the clown show from Tampa Bay. Wow, what a fortunate turn of events for us, as they couldn't even call it as quickly as it happened. Frelick to right field. We send the runner home. It's an errant throw. We advance to third and second. The throw is bad to third, and then we score our second run. That was an insane series of events for us. Wow, my goodness. And here's a throw into third where they finally get the out. Wow. Okay. We'll stick in this for the rest of the 7th inning. We'll take the at-bat with Churio. See if we can drive in that final run. Swing and a miss as we're late on the fastball. Not that time. Wow, that was pretty crazy. And it's a weak ground ball down to first base, and they'll step on the bag to end it, but we have doubled the score and given ourselves a lead to finish this game. And we'll end up taking that one too. Critical situation works out. That's a 4-game winning streak to begin the year, as we did end up sweeping the Sox in an 8-2 win in Game 3. We open up the series against Tampa Bay with the win, and in Game 5 of the year, it's Lucas Giolito, our free agent acquisition. We're met with a situation here against Brian Baker, 2 outs and 2 men on in another tie ball game. This time it's 1-1. Let's see if Sanchez can bring him home. This should be a very quick situation for us to hop in and out of, unless we're met with another one. I think that Sanchez needs to do it here. And it's a swing and a miss. 98 right by us, too late. I say he needs to do it, but we are, of course, under my control. And we'll let that one go. That's a close 4-seamer, but he did not get us to bite on that bait pitch. 1-1 against Brian Baker, another former Oriole. That's a miss inside. 2-1 count now. Chance of let's go Brewers. Come on, boys. We swing under that one. And we're late on it. 99 at the top of the zone. It's been all heat so far from Baker. Nope, we're behind at 98, and we will strand 2 very quick base runners. Baker gets out of it. Oh, boy, bases loaded with Abner Uribe on the mound. Top of the 7th as Tampa is very, very near to blowing this game open. It's Jonathan Aranda at the plate with 1 out. Yeah, we've definitely got to get this. Okay, so what do we do in this situation? We need a double play ball. I'd like to keep it low. We get strike 1 against Aranda. If it's not a double play, then we need to fish for a strikeout. It's the center of the zone, and that's not going to do it. That's a miss from Uribe, and that will be a sacrifice fly for Jonathan Aranda, which gives Tampa Bay the lead late in the game. Still 1 more out to go, though. Junior Caminero steps to the plate. Local Tampa Bay hero now. He has had a crazy beginning to this season in real life. It's been a lot of fun to watch this Tampa Bay team. Of course, again, for those of you that don't know, I am a Tampa Bay resident here, a local. These are my guys. Not my favorite team. That does belong to the Orioles. But I do hold a lot of love for Tampa Bay, as we will get the last out that we need. But Tampa scores 1 off of a bases loaded, and that's probably about the best that we could realistically expect. And the Rays do hold us off for the rest of the game, so they take the win and snap our winning streak. We lose the final game to drop our first series as Tampa Bay takes it from us. We're now 4-2 entering the series with the Royals. Misarowski gets a shutout win. That's awesome. Next is Chad Patrick. And we've got a situation with Michael Kopech. Similar to the Uribe situation we just did in Tampa. There's 1 out, bases loaded. Let's hop in. I really like that this is an opportunity early on for Kopech. Whenever we make a new signing and you want to see how a guy does, I love to get that answer pretty quickly. So we go 0-1, cutter inside as a swing and a miss from Cameron Meisner. And I'm going to do a slider now. I'm also going to keep this low and inside, 0-2. And it's fouled away. All right, I want to do a 4-seamer away. Swing and a miss is what I'm looking for. And we don't get it, at least not this time. All right, what about a 4-seamer inside? Whoa, nearly beans him. He gets out of the way to give us another chance, and it's 2-2. We'll go to the cutter high and inside. Just above the zone, and our catcher tells us, hey, calm down. All right, we're going to bear down for this one. I'm going to do a cutter. We're going to try to grab the low outside edge. Center of the zone, Meisner gets a piece, and we'll get 1 more shot, which is good because that was a miss big time. Low and inside with the fastball. And Meisner is going to get that down the line. That will clear the bases. Kopech cannot get us through this situation. They don't send the extra runner home, but Kansas City is now within 1. Lane Thomas is going to pinch run as the Royals try to tie this ball game. And Garcia, pop up, center field, lots of speed at third. They're going to chance it. We throw in, and we're not even close. The Royals have tied this ball game. And I've definitely seen enough. That's not the answer I wanted. And we will turn to Aaron Ashby to try to bail us out of any further damage. And we, of course, will have to begin against Bobby Witt Jr. Thanks a lot for that. All right, Ashby delivers, and he does not go around. Sinker is close, but it doesn't get him. We'll switch sides now. And a ground ball. We got to be very quick here. 99 speed, and we've got him. So Ashby gets the result we were looking for very quick, but after the damage, unfortunately, is already done. Tie ball game going into the 9th. Royals are going to call in their closer. He steps through the fence like a force field in an X-Men. He just phases through, and it's closing time. Oh, boy. Matt Strom. Lots of experience with this guy, both with and against. 5, 6, and 7, the final chance to delay extra innings. And Vaughn to center. Bobby's got it. He's just fast enough to get there, and his arm is good enough to get the throw. I thought we were going to sneak that one just barely through there, but no. Gladys out, and Sanchez steps to the plate with 1 out. Swing and a miss at 94. It says very late. It didn't feel that late to me on the swing, but what do I know? Okay, we try to swing a little bit faster on that, and we're too early on a slider that ends up going outside the zone anyways. It's 0-2. Matt Strom, yeah, he's still just as good as I remember. 1-2 as we'll lay off that one. That was a circle change way outside. Kansas City with an incredible rally there against us in the 8th inning. Sanchez fights it away, and we'll get another shot. 1-2 from Strom again. And I'm going to challenge it. We've got 2. I think that might have been above the zone, but it's hard to tell. No, it nails it. Yeah, that's plenty in there. That's a clear strike 3. And our final batter here, before extras is Christian Yelich. That's a miss inside from Strom. Still got plenty of energy. If we go to extras, he'll probably remain in the game. 1-0, we take a stab at. It's a four-seamer that we just foul away. Timing says good. A little bit early, maybe. 1-1 from Strom. And I wanted every bit of that. Sinker, it says we were too early on. Timing felt good to me, but we're down to our final strike. 1-2. We wait on that sinker. And we are late. Foul it away, and we'll get another chance. And we just barely hold back. The slider looked like it was going to be close, and I needed to defend, but we held off, and that was the right decision to make. And 2-2. Yelich will get that through. It's a line drive in a right center field, but it is cut off in time to prevent extras. But a 2-out single might just be the spark that we needed. And Luis Rengifo is going to step to the plate. This is a big moment. If he could come through, I'd be very happy. And I think with the speed and the stealing rating, I'm going to go ahead and try to send this runner. Let's get aggressive. Not a good jump, but a slow pitch to come in. And he's there. We've successfully stolen second base. There we go. It's his second stolen base of the season, and we're up on a 1-0 count now for Rengifo. We got him in scoring position. Let's bring him home. We got a good piece of that sinker, I think, but it's just weakly hit. It says very early. I'm not sure. I always fight with the timing there. I've proven in MLB The Show 25 that timing window is not reliable. I've shown that frame by frame before, that you cannot rely on the timing that it says there. Sometimes it's not right. Like, factually, it's not correct sometimes. So, I don't know. I try to go on the feel. Sometimes I'll confirm with that. 2-2, and we get a good one to hit. Rengifo launches a missile way out with home run distance into foul territory. That could have ended the game for us right there. Instead, Strom gets another chance. And there we go. No, we're not fast enough. That's hard hit, and it's right to right field. Rengifo does a noble job, but we'll put 2 on as Kansas City makes a change, and it's Lucas Urseg. All right, Joey Ortiz at the plate. You know what? Let me just check on our substitution options. I want to see if there's anybody here that does bad lefty that's got a lot of clutch. Mitchell has 26, 59 for Hamilton. He might be the guy there. Bowers with 45 and Perkins with 70 clutch. I think that's what we're going to go with. Blake Perkins is going to step in with a 250 average early on in the season. Switch hitter. And he looks like he's about 90 pounds soaking wet. But that clutch rating is going to override the contact rating that he has. So I'm hoping that will give us the biggest boost possible. And off the bench it is. So we'll see if we can get it done. We watched that one. Perez is going to challenge it behind the plate here. The ball one call. And it is upheld. Just a couple pixels above the strike zone. Kansas City loses the challenge, and we're ahead in the count officially. Perkins in a big spot. Center of the zone, and it's hit well to center field, but that unfortunately is a routine flyout. We strand the base runners, and we're tied going to the bottom of the ninth for Kansas City. I'm going to keep Ashby in as we try to close out this game and push extras. Pasquantino watches that. And a fun parallel here for you guys that also are aware of the franchise I do with my buddy Cryptic Panther. We are the Two Idiots, and we do a lot of fun stuff. Baseball is one of them. Recently, we have chosen the Kansas City Royals. So that's a fun parallel. I like when those things happen like that, as here we are early on in a big situation against the very team that I am trying to rebuild in another channel. And we get him looking at the slider. Pasquatch goes down. I wanted to leave in Ashby for this situation just to try to preserve a little bit of bullpen if we could. I know it's early on in the year, and some people might scoff at that idea right now, but it's just a habit built into me. And we're up 0-2 against Salvi. And he's still looking. That is off the plate, though. I'm not challenging it. That looked pretty convincing to me. Try a slider under the zone, 1-2. And no chase from Perez. All right, we'll go four-seamer low and inside. We will cross the plate. He makes contact with it right in the heart of the zone. I'm going to do a sinker. We'll go a little further inside. High up in the zone, and Perez fouls it away. All right, circle change on the 2-2. And he makes contact again. We cannot put him away so far. I'm going to go fastball. We'll go high and away on this one. And it's the same result. It doesn't matter what we throw. I think actually we have thrown every single pitch. We'll go back to the sinker, and I'll try to get this under the zone. There we go. Got him low and away, chasing. Perez finally put away on pitch number 9. And final batter for Kansas City, it's Isaac Collins. 3 for 4 today as he swings and misses off of that sinker. We go to the fastball instead. It's another miss. Okay, so far so good. Let's change the speeds. Swing and a miss in the dirt. It is recovered, and we throw over. Excellent ending by Ashby as we have pushed extras. Here to start the top of the 10th, we've got Contreras at the plate and 92 speed with 99 stealing at second base. You absolutely better believe that I'm sending him. I'll let that one go. It's under the plate, and that's a successful stolen base. There we go. All right. This is a very, very crucial moment for us. I'm going to try to bunt. It is. We didn't go home. I forgot that that's part of it. But Contreras, after they can't grab it, is actually safe at first. It's a successful bunt that we don't even score on. You can't make this up sometimes, you guys. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Bryce Terang now at the plate. We'll attempt the same thing. I'm going to steal, though. I'm hitting the stealing button to send everybody, and I'm going to attempt the bunt. That's down, and it's going to go foul. That would have scored him. That would have been good. I don't think I could do the same thing here 0-1. Ursig has too many options, so I'm not going to send these runners again. And that will go through. Yes, Terang gets it through into center field. We've scored our extra base runner, and we've got 2 men on now, 1 in scoring position. That's a clutch piece of hitting, and now Sal Frelick, 3, 4, and 5 due up. Still nobody out, so a big opportunity to cash in on some extra runs here, as it is typically expected a little more than half of the time statistically that extra base runner does score. We foul away that sinker. Not a strike, but close enough for me to go after it at least. It's 0-2 now. And contact, foul down the first base line. I'd love for Frelick to come through here. I also really enjoy when we've got speed on the bases. It's not at second base, it's at first, but a 1-2 count now as we watch the fastball away. Gets us to swing after it. The four-seamer, it looked like it was coming right on the edge of the zone. So I was trying to defend, and it just kept going and going outside. That's a good pitch. All right, Jackson Chourio now. There is the danger of a double play ball ending this inning for us. And I think I might have spoken it into existence, except he steps off of the bad throw from Bobby Witt. Everybody is safe on the error. Wow. You won't see Bobby Witt make that kind of a play that often. That was really fortunate for us. It's actually 2 errors in the inning have allowed us to load the bases with 1 out for Andrew Vaughn, who is 0 for 5 today. Not even just struggling. This man is drowning at the plate. And a short little gasp for air into shallow right field will keep everybody put. 41 speed at third. No chance. And Kansas City is going to make one final change here in extras. And they will trot out John Schreiber. 3 innings pitched so far this year, and he has not allowed a run in yet. At least none earned against him. Gary Sanchez, the final hope for us. And a weak ground ball to third base. Yeah, I didn't think there was going to be any shenanigans there. Now we just have to protect this lead. And in order to do that, it's going to be Trevor McGill coming in. He's saved 3 out of 3 opportunities so far. But in extras, there is a runner beginning this in scoring position. And that is hit into shallow center field. It's played well. Not enough speed for them to attempt third, as we've got a 1-pitch out from Jonathan India. Next is Kyle Isbell. We'll go a 2-seamer. Catches the bottom edge, and it's not challenged. I don't know. That might have actually been a ball. And to right field, Kansas City might do it here. We're going to throw home, but he staggers the throw. It was delayed considerably. Why did you wait to throw that ball? Kyle Isbell brings home the tying run. And we do this whole thing over again. 101 gets called low and inside. 100 to follow it. Gets in there. And we go knuckle curve against Nick Lofton, who swings and misses to give us out number 2. Man, that extra base runner makes all the difference, though, doesn't it? Meisner fouls it down the first base line. McGill will go back to the 2-seamer, trailing away, and it's fouled. We've got 0-2 now. We'll go to the knuckle curve again. And it's not quite close enough. Go fastball. I'm aiming this low and away. And we got the outside edge. A strikeout, but we go into extras even deeper. And I don't know that we're going to get such an opportunity as we had last time. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up, and really, really slow speed on second base. That's lifted very high, but very foul from Yelich. 0-1 now. They keep Schreiber in. He only had to throw 1 pitch to get the final out of the 10th inning. So here in the 11th, he's still fresh. Confidence is high, and it's an 0-2 count against Yelich. It's that one really, really hard. The cutter low and inside, but early on the timing, dumps it foul. Still 0-2. No, we didn't go.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. Looking at the scoreboard up there, though, the Milwaukee Brewers have left 15 batters on base. 15 batters we have stranded. And we hopefully will not do the same, but it's going to begin this inning with an unproductive out. Luis Rengifo now to the plate. Schreiber misses barely, but Perez is going to challenge it. I'm not quite sure. That's extremely close. And it is upheld. Kansas City loses another challenge, and it's a 1-0 count. Come on, Rengifo. Swing over the sinker. Bad pitch to swing at. He fooled us pretty bad. And it's 1-1. That's a better one to go after, and I thought the timing was okay. Yeah, it says good. I'll take the confirmation there. But it's a 1-2 count now. And we get that one high into center field. That's certainly not going to do anything for us either, though. And we're down to batter number 9 with 2 outs. Man, still in scoring position. It's David Hamilton. Schreiber misses off of the cutter. Not much clutcher vision for David Hamilton. And it doesn't help when I swing at stuff like that. That's a garbage pitch. A garbage result. It's 1-1. Ooh, that came back in. The sweeper we were just early on, and that low vision, I think, is what prevented anything from Hamilton. It's 1-2. Final strike. We fight away that one. It goes to third base, and they have stranded our extra base runner. Great job. I'm going to leave in McGill, as with a runner in scoring position, our closer is going to be the best guy, and that gets in there. We'll go 2-seam high and inside. Just goes really high, not quite inside, but strike number 2. So we go back to a knuckle curve. Under the zone, he takes it. I'm going to try that again. And he doesn't go after that one either, so we'll go 4-seamer low and away. That would have gotten the outside edge, so Garcia defends it. Let's go 4-seamer inside. Well, he gets him to pop it up, but we'll do it all over again. 2-seamer, low and in. Come on. Okay, weak ground ball in Kansas City. They might walk this thing off. We throw in the home, and yep, they have scored the final run. A disastrous 8th inning in this critical situation turns into an extended play where the Royals come out victorious. So McGill takes the loss there in game 2 as we push extras, but we just could not bring those runners home. Too many men left on base is the story of that game, and now it's a split series. But before we do that, we get into the first batch of scouting. The scouts that we currently have, I think, are pretty much unacceptable, except for Ryan Schreiber, who's got 98 discovery. I think I will keep him, but we're going to replace Mariano Parrish and Ray Hoff. We're going to start our first week of scouting with Kenny Thornton, a starting pitcher. He is number 18 on the MLB big board, and that matches the MLB draft rank for the Brewers internally. And I like what I see so far. He's got up to 99 potential. He throws righty. He throws 5 pitches as well. The slider in particular is really good. So he looks like a pretty good candidate, and our first pick is at 25 to start this year. So I think that 18 is a realistic number that he could possibly be there. So we'll take a close look at him. We are then discovering pitcher prospects internationally and rounding out the scouting process with first baseman Charles Hale. He is further back on the MLB draft board, all the way at 84. But his numbers, I mean, these can't obviously be true, but the overall, he could start very high. And I'd be happy with getting B potential out of this. If it drops that much, that's fine. But I just hope this doesn't burn out to be a C potential, because I'd like to get a first baseman in this draft class if we can. We have a trade offer from the Chicago Cubs. They are willing to give us Miguel Amaya, a catcher with C potential, 27 years old, but they want Trevor McGill. And I just don't think so. We do end up dropping the clinching game for Kansas City, so we've lost another series, and we're 5-4 now as we head to Boston. It's a big win in game 1. It's 10-3. Woodruff on the mound for 2. And it's a loss, 3-6. So Mizorowski for the clincher in game 3 before the off day. And the Red Sox take it to continue our losing ways. That is 4 out of the last 5 that we've lost. We're now 6-6, and we've got to fix some lineups as well. We come back home for a stretch before another off day, so a quick little 3-gamer against the Washington Nationals, who are 4-8 to start the year, with Chad Patrick on the mound for us, and it's a win, 4-3. We pick up a series victory in game 2 with a 5-4 win. Both Kenny Thornton and Charles Hale have remained exactly where they are, projected still at 18 and 84 respectively with 50% scouting progress. We will leave them for one more week. We've also discovered 4 prospects, but 3 were relievers that were not very good. And we did discover a starting pitcher, but he doesn't look very promising either. So we'll continue this for the next week. Giolito gets the start in Game 3 against Washington as we seek a sweep. And we've got a situation all the way in the bottom of the third, 2 outs, and Chourio trying to empty the bases. Let's hop in real quick. This could be a very big spot. We're up against Forrest, or no, not Forrest Griffin. Oh my gosh, that's a UFC fighter that I really enjoy. Foster Griffin. I don't think he spends his time cage fighting as Chourio lifts that high into center field, but it will run out of steam. A 1-pitch out that will leave the bases stranded. Ouch. And it will end up as a Nationals win. They spoil the sweep, but we take the series. So a bounce-back series for us at home that we hope to continue here now as the Blue Jays come in 10-5 to begin their year. Wow, a blowout in Game 1. What the heck happened here? We only had 5 hits. We struck out 12 times. 3 of those hits were doubles by some of the guys. Andrew Vaughn with an error. And it looks like they spread out the earned runs between 3 guys. It's Woodruff, Koenig, and DL Hall. Really, really tough. Harrison has a nice inning in a third without being scored on. Same for Kopech, which is good to see him bounce back as well, but ouch. Game 2 doesn't go much better for us as it's still a 9-run difference. They scored 12 and we got 3. That's 2 losses in a row, and we are back to losing another series. We cannot prevent the sweep either. Toronto seals the deal, and now we go on the road against the Miami Marlins, who do have a better record than us at this point. We lose Game 1 to them. Oh, boy. Giolito versus Yuri Perez in Game 2, and it's a close loss. That is 6 games in a row, and now 2 series in a row that we've lost. This is getting off the rails here pretty quick. So the profiles are essentially complete for Thornton and Hale, and Thornton moved up on our list to draft rank number 8. I don't see anything that's really that impressive, though, about him, so we're definitely going to move on. And Charles Hale looks to still be a solid first baseman. His overall might come in higher than that potential, though, because they're the same range, and it's a roll of the dice each time. But either way, he looks to be an excellent defender and a really competent batter. So the speed's not there. I wouldn't expect that from a first baseman, but he's got a lot of power currently. His present power is projected to be 62 to 78 or 63 to 79. So he's definitely got a lot of pop in that bat. We got a power first baseman on our hands with Charles Hale. For week 3 of scouting, we're doing another starting pitcher. It's Barry Doby. He's projected to have up to a 97 potential. He's 24 on the big board. Brian Chang at third base looks to be a really good option. That potential 85 to 99, nearly a guaranteed A. We got to take a look at him, and we continue to discover prospects internationally, although none have really jumped out as of yet. We prevent another sweep, so it's not going to be 2 in a row. And then we travel over to Detroit to face the Tigers, who have had an incredible start to their season. They are 18-5. Mizorowski set to start us off in the series, and it is another loss, 2-8. Mizorowski with his second loss of the year, ERA up to 4.26. Chad Patrick versus Casey Mize for Game 2. And that's also a loss, another series down. I'm starting to lose count here. Quinn Priester preventing a sweep, hopefully, but it's against Tarek Skubal. He's got a 5.93 ERA, though, so he's not having a good start to the year. Let's jump on that. Nope. It is another series sweep, and I'm really not liking how this is beginning. Luckily, we are moving forward fast, though. It is 9-15, the record as of today in the Central. That's 5.5 games back, so I don't really expect to have a hugely competitive first season with how we move through this, and it's kind of like a get to know the guys a little bit, but get ready to say goodbye to the guys, as we've already gone through 3 weeks of scouting very quickly. And hopefully we're going to be finding the future of this franchise. That's going to be about it for this episode. I want to thank you guys for watching so much, and we'll proceed more into this franchise and hopefully get some better results and some likely draft candidates soon. Thank you guys. I'll see you later.